I'm Adam Preset. I'm from the University of Pennsylvania. I'm an IT technical director in the group that runs collaboration services for the university centrally. What that means is we run Microsoft Exchange and Zimbra for a selection of faculty, staff, and graduate student users. We've been running Zimbra for about a year and a half for about 13,700 users. We had a significant community of users who came to Penn from business schools or who are used to a certain experience with Microsoft Exchange, and we did wind up deploying BlackBerry service to meet those needs. And all along, that Exchange deployment has been measured against the Zimbra deployment, not only in terms of features and capabilities, but also in terms of the cost. So one of the interesting things about Penn as a decentralized computing environment is everyone is free to run their own email service if they want to do that. They don't have to buy accounts from the central services. So in a way, my group has to justify its existence by offering good products at a reasonable cost. So what we do in order to make sure we're doing the right thing financially as stewards for the university is we measure as much as we can all of the financial information that goes into running both Zimbra and Exchange. So what that means is, keeping track of capital costs, the hardware, the software, the licenses, also doing some really detailed work tracking staff time when it comes to running both the Exchange service and the Zimbra service. We look at the data provided by our staff that indicates that it takes more staff for us to run Exchange than it does for us to run Zimbra, by at least one FTE. So we're looking at, one more FTE to run Exchange for 3,100 users than is needed for Zimbra for 13,700 users. And for us, that's significant, because our metric is per user cost. When we work with customers, we ask them pretty detailed questions about their needs, and more often than not, they come in having an idea, pretty strong preference for one product, Exchange or Zimbra, over another. What we do is we try to look closely at their budgets as well, and we do, we don't want to play favorites, right? We want to find the best solution that's suitable for their needs, but we want to make sure that customers are well educated about, whether they actually sacrifice anything by going to Zimbra. And more often than not, what they find is, it has essentially like an unparalleled web UI, so they're getting massive benefits there. They're incurring less support costs, you look at Exchange and the cost of supporting things like Outlook and sort of the less thorough interface for accessing your mail over the web. What we do is we tell them it's your money. You're able to spend this however you want. Depending on what your budget is and what your needs are and what your requirements are, one solution may be better than another for you, but in general, there are many, many more users on the Zimbra service than there are on the Exchange service.